What's up, everybody? It's Candy with my 2 cents. As promised, I'm coming every Thursday with a new video, so please check out my channel. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Before I get into anything further, I know y'all hear some really ratchet sounds coming from this direction. Let me explain myself real quick. I live in a building that was built in 1922. And we have radiators. And right about now it's the winter time. And they just turned on the radiators, and I guess those are the sounds that it makes. So please excuse the noise. There's nothing I can do about it, but hopefully it won't be around for too much longer, throughout all of my videos. Anyway, with that being said, let me get into the first topic of discussion, and that is a question that came from one of my subscribers, Gear. It could be Gear, could be Gear, I don't know. Anyway, Gear, thank you so much for your comment. You asked me, what do Americans think about the Irish? So you had actually left another comment in a different video about Kanye West coming to Ireland and really being quite offensive and insensitive and just kind of pushing his weight around. Number one, let me tell you this. Kanye West is tripping, okay? So whatever comments that he made, do not let that represent all of America, just like I'm begging y'all to not let Donald Trump and his actions and his opinions affect how you feel about America. Put that out there. Now, what do I think about the Irish? Personally, I don't think anything because I don't know anything about the Irish. But if someone were to say, what is the first thing that comes to mind when somebody says, I'm Irish, I would think a pub. Now, is that offensive? Of course. And it's comments like that that lead to a lot of prejudice and eventually to racism. Prejudice means that I am making an assumption about someone and making a judgment as to whether it's good or bad based upon the limited knowledge that I have about that person. And when I say limited, I would say close to nothing. With that being said, that is very prejudicial to say that, oh, Irish, you must drink a lot or you must know how to party or whatever. What that ends up doing is you tend to not take people seriously that you think only are good for partying. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to a job application and you come in with an Irish accent and I'm like, oh, you're from Ireland. If I really took that particular prejudice seriously and if that was used as a gauge of me, determining whether I want that person to represent my company or not, to be an agent of my company, that might lead to racism. However, racism has to be found in a system. So it's taking that prejudice and it's affecting a group of people as a whole, either economically, politically, or educationally speaking. That would be the start of racism. The next topic that I'm going to talk about is mental health in the Black community. For some reason, we are not taking full advantage of the resources that are available to us relating to our mental health. When we became slaves, having that strong mentality and that strong emotional foundation was actually a survival mechanism that was vital for our longevity as a race of people. For Blacks, especially because we are so targeted in so many different ways, shapes, and forms, for us, it's almost like we refuse to show that this is starting to work. Sometimes it's not so much about whether you want to take the help, it's about whether the help is available in your community, number one. Number two, can I afford it? And number three, do I have time to do it? The more awareness that we bring to mental health issues, the more awareness that we bring that you're not alone, you're not the only person dealing with this, and the more times that we can expose people to the resources available to them as it pertains to mental health services, the better that it will become over time. The last issue that I'm going to talk about is hip hop culture and its influence on children today. And I say this with the utmost respect because I don't have children and I don't understand oftentimes what limitations and hardships come with being a parent. But don't allow hip hop, rap, and popular culture to be your child's first exposure to the content therein. So, for example, if you know that they're listening to music, edited or not, that talks about drugs, sex, or violence, you need to have a conversation with that child first so that they understand what is wrong and what is right. Even sitting down with them and going over some of the songs that you hear them saying and taking apart the lyrics and explaining to them in whatever level that they are as far as maturity and vocabulary and comprehension, explain to them what that means. So for me growing up, we were not allowed to watch TV Monday through Thursday. Friday after school up until Sunday, we could watch TV, but we didn't even have cable. I had not even seen a music video until I was in college. Make sure that they're reading more. Get them involved in an extracurricular activity. Get them playing an instrument where they have to practice every day. The more time that they're engaged in more productive activities, the less likely that the less likely that they will be pressured into other things because they simply just don't have the time to even be exposed to it. Now, of course, at some point they are going to be exposed to it, and that is the reason why you need to have those discussions with them. So those would be my suggestions. Of course, I am not a parent. I don't have any kind of reference or experience on being a parent. So take that for what it's worth, even if it's worth nothing. Anywho, you all, if you have any other video suggestions, please do leave that in the comment section below. I would really appreciate your feedback on what you want to hear about and what you want to talk about later. If you have any comments about the things that I've said, please feel free to leave a comment. Anyway, you all, thank you so much for watching and listening. Until next time, love and blessings.